Hi, this is True Car Review with a review of a new car from Mazda. Mid-size sedan market has been pretty competitive lately. Mazda really hasn't had an answer in the last two versions of the Mazda 6. They've been too small and basically they undersold because of their poor design. They came out with a new 2014 Mazda 6, which is the Kodo design, Skyactiv chassis, body, and drivetrain. And we're going to see if the Mazda 6 is a good answer to the Toyota Corolla and the Honda Accord. Okay, so we're really going to look at a few of the differences between the older design, some of the new things. First thing you'll notice is the new Kodo design front end. It is the best looking mid-size sedan on the market, no questions asked, at least in this price point. You could easily take off that badge and put like an Acura or something, and you could double the asking price, which is $31,000 on this car. It's Grand Touring with full package, so it's basically spending, this is the most you could possibly get for this car. Has everything you could possibly get on it. Another thing you'll notice about this car, it's got those little buttons on the outside. They only come on the Touring with Tech package or the Grand Touring, but as long as the key's in your pocket, you can push them, it unlocks the driver's side door. And if you push it again, it unlocks all the doors. And when you're leaving, if you push it once, it locks all the doors. This one's got a beige interior, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. Instead of doing the beige on the whole side of the back, they did black instead. So on both the black interior and the beige, it's black back there, which I think is awesome because people are gonna rub their feet up against it and get all dirty, and the black hides a little bit better. And it kind of looks cooler with the two-tone. My one pet peeve with this car is this back chrome piece right here looks exactly like the Hyundai Sonatas. And if you look at it from the back and you kind of squint your eyes, you see a Hyundai Sonata. And frankly, I don't want to spend $31,000 on a Japanese car for someone to think that it's Korean. This is the Grand Touring with full package, so it's got pretty much anything, heated seats. Mazda, this is the first car that Mazda's put the media control in, kind of like the BMW's had for a long time. On paper it looked kind of stupid because you can just push up here, but it is actually really convenient when you're on a long trip. The Grand Tourings come with paddle shifters, which is really nice, and that's like a Lexus feature. So this car has a pretty great balance of power, acceleration, and gas mileage. The sticker says 30 combined, 38 highway. Our tests show that on the highway you're going to be closer to about 42 miles a gallon. You could get even better than that realistically if it's low traffic and you're lower altitude. We're in Utah, so it's kind of high altitude, so you might not get quite the same gas mileage. And this is a brand new car, so it's not gonna be operating super efficiently. The handling is unbelievable for a car that's this big. It is a bigger car than all the previous Mazda 6 models, but it feels smaller. It handles a lot like the Mazda 3. The navigation is awesome for a stock system, but we've established before in another video that all car navigation systems aren't necessarily as good as your phone. But this car, because it has Bluetooth, you can pretty much integrate your phone as the navigation anyway. So since most Mazdas don't come with navigation standard, it's really not a big deal. It has blind spot monitoring. So it has the lights that come on when someone's in your blind spot, and that same system is pretty much utilized for when you're backing up. If a car crosses the path, a little warning light will come up on the dash, and the blind spot lights will come on in your rear mirrors to let you know that somebody's pulling in behind you. Smart city braking control is pretty cool. If something stops in front of you or something is in front of you, it'll automatically sense with radar that it's there, and it will slam on the brakes for you. It sounds kind of scary, but in practice, it's actually pretty cool. It's not gonna like take over your brakes, but if you bend down on the freeway and somebody stops in front of you and you're not looking, the car will stop for you, and it is pretty amazing. We've tested it. Should we do the test on this video? I'm just curious. We're gonna test it later on in this video, the Smart City braking. It's front wheel drive, which is usually a setback for most people, but it gets a lot better gas mileage, and we've been told that most likely Mazda will have an all-wheel drive Mazda 6 soon. Personally, we live in a really snowy market, and I've never had a problem driving anything with front-wheel drive as long as you have good tires and it's got traction control. And you have a sense that when you're driving it, that people look at you like you're driving a luxury car, not like you're driving a Hyundai Sonata or a Accord or Camry. So this car has 3 problems. I've talked about the fact that the back end looks like a Hyundai Sonata. The other 2 things, too many buttons on the steering wheel, and my number 1 pet peeve is the armrest slips forward and back, which is annoying, frankly. Okay, so we're going to test the Smart City braking using our lovely model Jesse, supplied to us by Warren Mazda. He's going to stand in as like a telephone pole or something. Now I'm going to take off my foot off the brake and let it kind of just coast and show you how the car stops by itself using the radar. So I'll just let it go. And then you put your foot on the brake, because after 2 seconds it'll let go again. So it'll stop if you're not watching the road or something.